So your first book, best-selling book,
thank you.
Really kind of hit a huge hit in the personal finance world. So why kind of switch it up and do a career-based book, a self-improvement book, if you will?
So it's better to beat low expectations. That's what they say in Wall Street. It's one of the only truisms, I believe. The other is buy low, sell high.
Yeah.
But I had really low expectations for my first one. I named it Rich Bitch. It was a risk. And I ended up, yes, hitting the bestseller list right away, selling out on Amazon. It was bananas. People really wanted that information. They felt like they weren't being spoken to in the language that was understandable. So I wanted to demystify that and, yeah, ride the momentum of being an entrepreneur. And this is so zeitgeisty. I think, a lot of people want to explore their own business, but we don't learn this stuff in school, Press. Like, we learn the Pythagorean theorem. Why do we need to know that? Does anyone know why we need to know that in our lives? Why instead do we not learn how to do a business plan or do a budget or do our taxes? Those are much more practical things. So, people are scared, break out into hives talking about this stuff. So I wanted to make it more fun, make it more accessible.
So your career has kind of spanned a wide range of avenues. You were on TV, you were a newscaster, now you're on a show, author, your own company. You have some cautionary tales in your book about your career world. So do you have a specific failure you can mention to us?
Oh my God, so many things. How much time do you have, my friend?
We have a lot of time.
Okay, let's do it.
It's an open forum.
Okay, cool. So I can say anything here.
Of course.
Just keep it real.
The internet.
No filter.
No.
We're going to be good. Okay. So when I first started my career, I was 18 years old. I was thrown on the floor of the Chicago Merc. I am a first-generation American. I grew up in an immigrant household. I'm the least likely person to become a financial anything. I was totally clueless when I started.
Before the CME, right?
Yeah, this was about 15 years ago. I was like, I am so confused. I obviously had imposter syndrome because I was an imposter at the time. And I think a lot of people suffer from that, even when they aren't imposters. And so when I figured out how to learn that language, it took me a while to then speak it to the world. And now I never expected I would teach other people about it. But early on, I was doing a story about Gillette. This is before Gillette was acquired by P&G, massive company, of course. And I went to journalism school. And in journalism school, they teach you to use active verbs, instead of the basics. So I was doing a story about the new razor that Gillette had. And I wrote what I thought was really awesome. I said, there's this new razor that will whack off the hairs close to your skin way more than ever before. My boss called me into his office, and he said, Lapin, watch this tape. And I was like, what? I used an active verb. Like, this is great writing.
Yeah.
He's like, are you kidding me? You're talking to men on the exchange. You don't say whack off anything. And I said, oh, my God, you're right. You're the boss, obviously. And he said to me, this was the best lesson I ever had. No, you're the boss. I am not there with you every single day. I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm not going to pick your fancy verbs. You have to be the boss of you every day. And that's when it sunk in that the boss mentality is portable. You can take that wherever you go, whether you're working for somebody else or you're working for yourself.